Hello students, in this lecture I will be discussing with you about the practical examples of application of current series feedback. So this is the use of current series feedback. A practical circuit, practical example. Let us consider the following circuit where fixed bias is being used in case of BJT biasing. So this is Vs, it is used for the external input signal. This is the input coupling capacitor C1 and this is the bias resistance RB used for this fixed bias, and this should be considered as the load resistance here. The collector resistance VCC is the biasing voltage, and this is the emitter resistance RE. Now the output is taken between these 2 points VO, and this is IO. Since it is current series feedback, so current is taken as the output and to be added in series with the input, and the input is between this base and emitter. This is the emitter terminal, so between base and emitter this is Vi, and across this Re Vf is taken. This Vf is the feedback voltage which should be taken as the current because of current series feedback in terms of this IO. So this IO is written. So this is the circuit where current series feedback is being used. The AC equivalent circuit of this particular circuit should be look like this. This is Vs, the input signal. The RB resistance should come in parallel to that. Then the representation of transistor should be like this. HIE is the input resistance and IB is the input current flowing in this direction. This is the direction where IB is flowing, and the transistor, the output side of the output circuit of the transistor is a current source here, because current is taken as the output, or current is taken as the feedback from the output. So this is a current. This should be represented as a current source, which is beta, means HFE, the gain, into the input current, which is IB. So this is nothing but IC, or the output current here, which is denoted as IO. So this is IO which is flowing in this direction through the load, which is RC here. So this is RC, and IO while flowing through this RC is producing a voltage drop as VO. So this is VO, you can see over here. This is the voltage drop. So this circuit is the AC equivalent circuit of the given circuit. AC equivalent circuit of this transistor amplifier circuit, where this emitter resistor is not bypassed and current series feedback is being used here. Now I have already said that from the output current IO, that is this one, a sample is taken out across this RE, which is shown here as Vf, and it is returned as a feedback proportional to voltage in series with the input. That means IO proportional to IO, the voltage Vf is taken to feedback with the input, because at the input side here it is the voltage is being applied. So whatever is at the output proportional to that is current here, proportional to that current IO, a voltage is converted or voltage is calculated, and that voltage across RE VF is fed back through this ground, through this portion, through this ground in this direction. It is fed back in negatively with to the input voltage Vs, and it will stabilize the amplifier gain as well as the current series feedback connection. It increases the input resistance. Now it is a single transistor amplifier stage. Now since emitter of this stage has an unbypassed emitter, that means no bypass capacitor is connected in parallel to this emitter resistance RE here, it effectively has current series feedback, because otherwise all the AC signal, since it is the AC operation of the transistor amplifier, and all the AC signal, had it been connected the bypass capacitor, all the AC signal should be passed through the connected bypass capacitor, and nothing should be passed through this RE. So the tapping of output in terms of voltage VF will be difficult in that case. So therefore the effectivity of current series feedback lies with the unbypassed operation of this emitter resistance RE. The current through the resistor RE results this feedback voltage VF, which opposes the source signal Vs. That means it establishes the negative feedback so that the output voltage VO is reduced. To remove the current series feedback, the emitter resistor must be either removed or bypassed by a capacitor, which is usually done. That means to nullify the effect of current series feedback, this emitter resistor should be connected with a bypass capacitor, or otherwise the emitter terminal should be directly connected to AC ground and no RE should be used. So now, with respect to this circuit, let us find the different parameters based on this equivalent circuit and the original circuit. The open loop gain AOL, that is gain without feedback. If we need to calculate the gain, it should be, you can see IO is the output and VI is the input. For this BJT, IO is the output current and VI is the input current, input voltage. So this AOL should be IO by VI, and IO can be written as, if we consider this equivalent circuit, it can be best explained as IO and this current, the direction of current through this current source is opposite. So IO should be minus HFE IB. This IO and HFE IB is oppositely directed. So IO can be written as minus HFE IB divided by what is VI from if we apply KVL in this input loop. What we need to write, this VI is nothing but the current which is flowing in terms of base current, that is IB, into HIE. HIE is the input resistance for this BJT. So we can write IB HIE plus the IB is also flowing in the input circuit, because this VI should be whatever, the whole VI should be this much. That means the VI should be the base current, the total input voltage is the current across this base emitter terminal, which should be shown here as HIE. That means this IB is flowing through this HIE, and also the IB which is flowing through RE. That means the resulting drop across RE, which is created by the flow of IB, because the IB will flow through this HIE and also through this RE. So this voltage across HIE plus the voltage drop across RE will be combined to give the total VI in this case. So therefore this is HIE plus HFE. So this is minus HFE divided by HIE plus HFE. Okay, sorry, this is not HFE, RE. This is RE, because IB into RE is the drop across RE. So this is So what is AOL minus HFE divided by HIE plus RE. Now beta, the feedback fraction in this case, or feedback ratio beta, can be expressed as voltage Vf. You can see from the diagram it is voltage Vf at the output and the current IO at the input. IO is converted to Vf so that can be fed back to the input in terms of voltage. But actually the sampling that is being done from the output in terms of current because of current series feedback. So beta should be Vf by IO. And Vf is nothing but, you can see from here, it is created, the Vf is produced because of IO flowing through RE. So, and the direction is opposite to the direction of current movement in this input circuit. So it should be minus IO RE. It should be minus IO RE divided by IO. And if IO is cancelled out, therefore beta is minus RE. The input, this is beta and this is AOL, the value of the two gains without feedback. Now if we want to find the ZI input impedance without feedback, then we may write as this RB is the, we should be considering the equivalent circuit, AC equivalent circuit, where this is actually RB. I have missed it. This is RB. So RB parallel with HIE, and there should be RE also at the input side. Now the question is why RE is not shown in this AC equivalent circuit, because for AC equivalence, if the AC is bypassed across this RE, that means in the AC equivalent circuit RE should not be present. Now since it is being called as the AC equivalent circuit, RE should not be shown here. But for the input impedance, to calculate the input impedance, this is the whole of the input circuit where the whole input impedance is dependent on three values. This is the input part, three values of resistances, that is RB, HIE and RE. So ZI should be RB parallelly connected with HIE plus RE. This is in series. HIE is connected between base emitter terminal, and you can see this is base terminal and this is emitter terminal. So HIE is connected between the two, plus RE, which is also connected between the ground and the emitter terminal. Now this is approximately equal to HIE plus RE, because in general what we see that the RB is very small. Since RB is small as compared to this value HIE and RE, these are of very high values, so RB is small with respect to this. RB is ignored with respect to HIE plus RE. Now what is output impedance? It should be expressed as ZO, and now refer to this output side. There in the output side it is only RC present, so ZO is RC. Now if we apply feedback, with feedback, how the rest all these parameters will be changed. Let's see that. With feedback, gain AF is given by IO, the output, divided by input, which is Vs, because when feedback is coming to our mind, then without feedback it should be Vi, but with feedback it should be Vs now, because the signal is being fed back, the Vf is fed back to Vs. So therefore the overall gain is IO by Vs now, and the formula is A by 1 plus A beta, you know. Now what is A? We have find a little while earlier, minus HFE by HIE plus RE. So if we substitute that, just put minus HFE divided by HIE plus RE. This is in the numerator. In the denominator it is 1 plus minus HFE by HIE plus RE into what is beta here, which is minus RE. So these two minuses will cancel out, will become plus, and so this can be written as HFE by HIE plus RE divided by HIE plus RE. If we solve the denominator, it is HIE plus RE plus HFE into RE. Now this HIE plus RE term is cancelled out, so it will give, I am writing it over here, AF should be HFE divided by HIE plus RE in common 1 plus HFE. So this is the value for AF, HFE divided by HIE plus RE into HFE. Now we should be putting an approximation, since HFE is far greater than 1, because beta HFE is beta, the gain of it is far greater than 1, generally in the range of 200-300. So we can neglect 1 with respect to HFE. So AF should be written as approximately HFE divided by HIE plus HFE RE. One thing I have missed the minus sign over here. There will be a minus at the numerator. So this is the gain with feedback for this particular amplifier, transistor amplifier using current series feedback, minus HFE by HIE plus HFE RE. Okay. So what we have found here is the gain in terms of H parameters with feedback. Now the input and output impedances, ZIF is the input impedance with feedback. You know, it is denoted by ZIF, input impedance with feedback, and it is denoted by ZIF. You know that for the current series feedback it is increased. So the formula is ZI plus 1 plus A beta, and in terms of HIE it is ZI, that means input impedance is HIE into 1 plus beta. Beta means 1 plus A beta. If you multiply this with beta, then so the expression is 1 plus A. A means we had found it minus HFE by HIE plus RE. This was the value into what was beta. Beta was found as minus RE. So this was the value 1 plus A beta, and outside ZI is HIE. So this is nothing but approximately HIE into 1 plus HFE RE divided by HIE plus RE. Now this is approximately equal to HIE RE. If we simplify, this is HIE plus RE plus HFE RE. If we take RE common from the numerator, then it is 1 plus HFE, and in the next step we need to, from here since HFE is far greater than 1, so we can say that ZIF is equal to approximately equal to HIE into HIE plus RE HFE RE divided by HIERE. So this is nothing but, and HIE plus RE at the numerator. At the numerator it was HIE plus RE. Okay, so no more further approximation or anything we should be using. So this is the expression for with feedback input impedance in case of this current series feedback. And if we want to find the output impedance, that is ZOF with feedback, it is ZOF, which is given by ZO into 1 plus A beta. It should also be increased because of current series feedback, and ZO is nothing but the output impedance is RC only, as in terms of the equivalent circuit, 1 plus what is A beta. A is nothing but minus HFE by HIE plus RE whole into what is beta, which is minus RE. Beta is minus RE. So if we now once again simplify, this will be like the previous one, RC 1 HIE plus RE, in the numerator HIE plus RE plus this is HFE RE, and once again if we take RE as common, this is approximately RC into 1 plus HFE, that means only HFE. So this is HIE plus HFE RE divided by HIE plus RE. So this is ZOF. So this is the output expression of output impedance with feedback in case of current series feedback using H parameters. Now in these two expressions of ZIF and ZOF, if we find that HIE is far greater than RE, so we can neglect RE with respect to HIE, then the formula will become within the parenthesis HIE plus HFE RE divided by HIE, and in this ZIF case also it is the same. So the voltage gain with feedback in this case, AVF rather, is equal to VO divided by VS, and this VO is nothing but IO into RC. That at the output side you can find that RC is the impedance and IO is the current through it, and RC is not impedance, actually resistance, that is VO divided by VS, and that is IO by VS taken inside a parenthesis into RC, and that is equal to this this IO by VS, as we have already found earlier, that it was here we have found IO by VS. This is IO by VS, which is AF. This is the gain for this amplifier with feedback. Now this was the gain IO by VS. This is trans gain actually, because at one side it is current and at other side it is voltage in the ratio in the numerator and denominator. Here in this case we are finding the voltage gain actually. So at the output side, at the input side, in the ratio both taken in terms of voltage. So this is the voltage gain AV with feedback. So this is voltage gain. If we want to find the voltage gain as well for this transistor amplifier with feedback, so this in this expression we have a term IO by VS, which is the trans gain of means this is actually I by V means conductance, so it is trans conductance. So this is the gain of the transconductance amplifier AF into RC. So this AF is the gain of the transconductance amplifier or the gain with feedback for this particular amplifier, and that is multiplied by RC to get the voltage gain with feedback for this amplifier. And this can be approximately, if we substitute the value of the expression from AF, it was minus HFE divided by HIE plus HFE RE and multiplied by RC in the numerator. So this is the expression of voltage gain for this particular amplifier using current series feedback. Now let us solve a numerical problem given the circuit with the different values. This problem is based on the theory part which we have just discussed a little while before. All these values are given: HFE, HIE, this is RC, this is RB, C1, this is the voltage source, 10 millivolt RMS value. RE is given as 510 ohm and output is taken from this collector. So this is the BJT amplifier using the current series feedback. Now we need to calculate the voltage gain from this circuit. So already we have found how to the expression of voltage gain, how to find. Now using all that concept, let us solve this numerical. So without feedback for this particular circuit using current series, so what is the feedback here? It is current series. So this is a problem on current series feedback on BJT amplifier. Now without feedback, gain A is given by, it is IO by VI when feedback is not used, and that is given by 8 minus HFE by HIE plus RE from the expression we have derived just now a little while back. So this is minus HFE means it is minus 120 by 900 plus RE is 510. So this should come as minus 0.085 0.85. Now the next one is we need to calculate beta. So this beta should be VF by IO, as we have seen earlier in the derivation of from this particular circuit, this which is minus RE we have found, and this is minus 510. So this is beta. So therefore what is 1 plus A beta? We need to find that. So this is 1 plus beta is minus 0.085, this one, and minus 510 is beta, and minus 0.085 is RE, it is actually A we have calculated now. So this is 44.35 the value. Now the gain with feedback, that means it is gain AF. We need to calculate AF, which was I0 by Vs. So this is, we know, A by 1 plus A beta as per general formula. So now we have in our hand A is minus 0.085 divided by 1 plus A beta, that value is 44.35 we have calculated above. So therefore it will come as minus 1.92 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this is the gain with feedback. Now we need to calculate the voltage gain with feedback. That means voltage gain with feedback, which is AVF, that is given by VO by Vs, and the formula is gain with feedback AF into RC. We have seen the derivation of this, and AF is found as minus 1.92 into 10 to the power minus 3, and RC is given by 2.2 into 10 cube as given in the problem, and it will come out as minus 4.2. Now without feedback, RE is equal to 0. Now for without feedback, if there is no feedback, that means there is no functioning of RE. So we can say For without feedback case, Re is 0. The voltage gain in that case should be, the voltage gain is AV, which is minus RC by small re, where small re is, this is AC resistance, AC emitter resistance when the DC emitter resistance capital Re is ignored. So only AC emitter resistance should be there, and this value, so this is the ratio of resistances. So RC is minus 2.2 into 10 cube divided by 7.5. This expression we have seen in our discussion for BJTs in their AC model. So this is 293.3 minus. So this is how the problem can be solved. Okay. Now we will be looking at voltage shunt feedback. Voltage shunt feedback and its practical examples. Practical example. So let us consider the following circuit using FET. This feedback is applied over FET amplifier, and we are considering here a JFET. This is plus VCC, this is RD. From the output VO is taken, and a capacitor is connected across this resistance. And once again here collector to base bias is being applied, and this is RS and this is VS. This is RF. The corresponding equivalent circuit is should be look like this. It is a normal equivalent circuit, not any particular AC model. This is RF. That means we can say a little bit modified for analysis purpose. So this is RD, this is FET. In this direction, the IF is being flown, the current, and at the input, the current II is being flown. And now in the other direction, the RS is connected to ground. RS is connected to ground, and here it is the current source IS, which is connected like this. So this is the equivalent circuit. As it is, we are using the voltage shunt feedback, so the VS is equivalently shown as IS because of this shunt connection with the input. So therefore, let us now move on to find the different parameters with respect to this circuit. So now when no feedback is applied, that is Vf equal to 0, when no feedback, the gain A should be given by VO by II in this case, and that is equal to minus GM RD RS. This is the basic expression where we have found this for the equivalent analysis of FET amplifier in the MOSFET chapter. So this gain A we have found over there, it is the trans gain you can see, or rather it is called trans resistance actually, because V by I and output voltage by input current. So this is the gain of the trans resistance amplifier, and that formula of gain of trans resistance amplifier without feedback is given by minus Gm, where Gm is the trans conductance, you know, and trans conductance, and RDRS, this is RD and this is RS. These are the two resistances from the input and output side. The feedback ratio beta is given by IF by VO. We are taking in terms of feedback, in terms of, because here in the equivalent circuit, since this is IS, so we need to take the feedback in terms of IF, not in terms of VF. So this is the feedback, output of the feedback network is I, which is IF, divided by VO, and output is tapped in terms of voltage, so that is VO. So this is minus 1 by RF should be obtained from here, and this is RF, this is the resistance. So from here beta can be found as minus 1 by RF. Now with feedback is applied, gain AF should be written as VO by IS, that is equal to A by 1 plus A beta as usual, and that is equal to, what is A we have found over here, minus GM RDRS divided by 1 plus minus GM RDRS, and beta is given by minus RF, minus 1 by RF. Okay, so now let us simplify further so that we can get the overall gain, and this can be written as AF equal to minus GM RD RS divided by 1 plus GM RD RS divided by RF. So let us further simplify, minus GM RD RS RF divided by RF plus GM RD RS. Okay, so this is the gain with feedback in this case. Now the voltage gain with feedback will be how much? AVF, that is given by VO by IS VO by IS. This is written as this is written by suppose we need to find it as VO by VS first. This is the voltage expression for voltage gain. This can be written as VO by IS into IS by VS, just rearranging. Now what is this VO by IS? This is nothing but AF into IS by VS. Now put AF from here into this expression, therefore AVF is given by minus GM RD RS RF divided by RF plus GM RD RS into, what is IS by VS? It is 1 by RS. Okay, so this RS will cancel out, so it will give us minus GM RD RF divided by RF plus GM RD RS. Now take GMRD minus GMRD outside, RF by RF plus GMRD RS. So this is the expression, RF by RF plus GMRD RS. So this is AVF. So in this case, this is the gain for voltage gain with feedback, and this was the voltage gain normal normal gain with feedback. That means the gain for trans resistance amplifier. Now let us solve this numerical problem based on the given voltage shunt feedback practical example. We need to calculate the voltage gain with and without feedback from the given circuit. This is the circuit and this is the equivalent circuit we have already seen earlier. So this is voltage gain we need to find with and without feedback. The given values are, GM is given as the transconductance 5 millisecond, RD is given as 5.1 kilo ohm, RS is given as 1 kilo ohm, and RF is given as 20 kilo ohm. Now without feedback, let's go into the move into the solution quickly. Without feedback, our expression for voltage gain was AV, which is equal to minus GMRD. This is the formula. Now put the values, minus 5 millisecond and RD is 5.1 into 10 cube. So this is minus 25.5. So this is the voltage gain without feedback. With feedback, the gain will reduce as usual, and so with feedback it is AVF, which is given by minus GMRD, the expression, into RF by RF plus GMRD RS. This was the formula. This is being used here, and just we have derived a little while earlier, and then we should be putting all the values and we can find the result. This into what is RD here, 5.1 into 10 cube. RF is 20k, 20 into 10 cube divided by 20 into 10 cube plus 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 GM. RD is 5.1 into 10 cube and RS is only 10 cube. So if we now calculate this one, we should be getting from here the value which is minus 11.2. So this is the gain. Putting all the values after calculations, this is the answer. So this is how the problem can be solved with the derived formulas from the current gain feedback, current shunt feedback. Sorry, it was voltage shunt feedback. This example is for voltage shunt feedback amplifier. Voltage shunt feedback amplifier. So we have seen the practical examples and some numerical problems based on the 4 different topologies, and we have learned in this lecture how to apply the topology and the configuration concept of 4 different nature for negative feedback amplifier to explain the operation of BJT and FET amplifiers using that particular topology. So that's all we have in this lecture. So here I conclude this lecture. We will be discussing about oscillators from the next class. Thank you.